Hi, my name's Adam Trecker. I'm 20 years old and I go here at Emerson College. I'm going to tell you the story about how I came from Russia at age 4.5 and was adopted and brought to Hawaii. When I was in the orphanage, there wasn't much. I mean, we slept in cribs and the food wasn't so great. But when I was brought to Hawaii, everything changed, of course. I ended up living now on the island of Oahu, and there were really big changes, such as in temperature. I mean, Hawaii is just one constant temperature, and one of the biggest things I remember is my first time ever seeing the beach. Right when I walked on the sand, I would lift my legs up super high because I thought it was snow, apparently. So I looked like this weird, person just walking, lifting up their legs as high as they can with every step. And that was just a really big difference for me. I've never ever felt something like that before. Another thing is, right when I walked in to my new room, my very own room, the very first thing I did was walk up to a lamp. And I just spent minutes sitting there just turning the lamp on and off, on and off. And I would say lampa, which is of course lamp in English. I guess I was just fascinated with the idea of like being able to turn on and off light. Also, the food was much different from Russia. In Russia, there was usually only just oatmeal, soup, just like one type of soup. I'm not sure what it was, probably along the lines of oatmeal. And sometimes, rarely, they would give us meat, just to try, give us variety and something to eat. But once I got to Hawaii, it's a brand new thing, because now I have parents that'll like bring me food and like of all these different sorts. And I was like, when I was young, I was never a picky eater, because and now, like I had all these different foods, so I just ate anything that was put in front of me. It was until I learned about, having a choice to choose what I want to eat and not, then it became picky with, not wanting to eat my vegetables and whatnot. Another difference for me was for the first couple weeks when I started to sleep just in my new bed in Hawaii. I would just sleep, and then my parents would come in every morning, and there I would be just sitting up in my bed, wide awake and everything. And then my parents finally told me, Adam, you don't have to wait for us to come and get you. It's okay for you to, get out of bed and like just either play around with your toys and or just come out into the house. You don't have to sit there in bed. Because in Russia, I was so used to, having a time where the nurses would come around and pick us up out of our cribs, and then we would be able to have playtime and whatnot. Overall, I mean, I'm very glad that I've come to Hawaii. I'm just so lucky to go from, a poor place such as an orphanage in Russia to Hawaii, living right on the beach. The differences have just been huge, and I couldn't be any happier. Education at the orphanages is kind of quite poor, but I did know, little phrases and words, of course. So coming to Hawaii, it was really hard for my parents to, work with me on communication-wise, because of course I spoke Russian, they spoke English. They did hire a teacher, a Russian teacher, to come in and, help me just better learn ways to communicate with my parents. And my parents learned little phrases that I would say that they would then know how to translate into English. Actually learning the language of English, I was quite a fast learner, at least I thought, but it did take me a while, since I was already 4.5 and then just learning English. After learning, the phonics and learning phrases and words and whatnot, I ended up, learning the language by a late age. So when I started school, I was always still had to start from the beginning. So I was always the oldest kid in all my classes, and even all the way till when I graduated. But yeah, it seems like now I can speak, full English, and like I kind of wish I had some of that Russian accent with me, but unfortunately I don't.